right now. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, and coming at you today with the Veve, OMI, Definity, Debbie, daCat, Shiro, DDOO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone, say hello to Dashi. This is Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. News about DDOO is that the person that has the biggest buy order for DDOO, and by the end of tomorrow night, that's going to be Friday, September 19th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then holds it for 1 week, will win a Solana. I repeat, the person that has the biggest buy order of DDOO and then holds it for 1 week starting 11:59 p.m. tomorrow, they will win 1 Solana, and another Solana will be donated to the charity of their choice. Actually, we'll give you between 2 choices. It'll be between Best Friends Animal Society and something else. Anywho, I just wanted to go over that real quick. We've got a bunch of stuff to go over today. I'm not going to go live for too long because it's been wild. Let's take a look at just the market today. We did get confirmed that the 25 basis point rate cuts. Why does that matter? It is because I didn't go over it yesterday, because I was in New York for a day. I know, it was crazy times. I had Chavez, why were you in New York? I had to see someone, and I'm not gonna lie, I am not okay. We've got Bitcoin at $117,000. We got Ethereum down about 0.1% on the day to just under 4,600 at 4,589. That's fine. I think most of this news was kind of priced in already. The rate cuts that we had, everyone was expecting. Things that people weren't expecting would be like a 50 basis point rate cut. That obviously didn't happen, but we should get another rate cut before the end of the year, and then multiple more next year. So what you're going to have here now is these trillions of dollars in money market accounts really start going into the market. How much will go into crypto? I don't know, but the stock market has already been, like, every new day, it's a new all-time high for the stock market, and that will bleed into crypto at some point. We don't know when, but we're very excited about it. Last time I went live was Tuesday with the OMI show, and then Wednesday I missed yesterday because I had the because I went to New York, and I got back this morning, and I am very, very tired. This is why I'm only doing an hour tonight. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we have. Let's try Delorean, because Delorean, they sponsor the channel, so shout out to them. Delorean's up 5% on the day. Good for them. They're at 004. They got 14 million in volume, so that's up 27%. They're at almost a $14 million market cap. When the volume is worth more than the market cap, then you know I think it's undervalued. Again, just because of the IP, stuff like that. Do I have a ton of this? No, it's not worth a lot at all. It's a couple $100 worth. I think it'll be really high. I think it'll be really high later in the bull market, whenever that blow off top is, and then I'll sell it for a couple grand. Basically, I'm just saying I think it does a 10x at some point. Typically, the bear market lasts for a few months longer than most other people can. Most people capitulate, they sell. Actually, now it's up 6%, 0041 for them. I feel like Delorean's going to be one of those things. It'll just kind of stay down until it doesn't anymore. And a lot of people have sold, like, pretty much as soon as this came out. There was a lot of KOLs. I did not, because that's not what I do. I don't sell the things that people give me. Anyway, especially if they're paying for it. Let's do Shiro, because that was another one that they sponsored the channel. They're up about 2.5% on the day, but over the last 7 days, Shiro's down about 8%. Over the last month, it's down about 50%. It had 390,000 in volume, though, so it did drop under a $4 million market cap for the first time in a while. Actually, I think, like, the first time. Am I Anna from Frozen? For the first time in forever. But that being said, the volume's still there, and the community's still there. They have like 100 people just in their whale chat. They have thousands of people that's over in their Telegram chat. That's not their whale chat. but their whale chat has over 100 people on it. I'm in there, and I'm not gonna lie, once that blow off top, especially when it gets to the meme cycle, because you have the cycles, it'll go gaming, it'll go NFTs, it'll go AI, and there's not any specific order, but these are all the narratives that'll hit metaverse, but memes will go crazy again, and I think sure. And look at what I just did on Pump Fun. I made DDOO, I made Dashy Do, and now we're working on a comic for it. It's starting off really good, and then we'll be able to go in and we got a little buy order here, $14,800 for DDOO. Very good, gotta love that. Up a little bit on the day, love them. Anyway, I think that's one of those things where a lot of Pump Fun, I've seen like the videos on it where someone's just like, sorry holders, they go in, they get like 50% of the bag. I don't, I have 1% of the bag. And what they do is they say, sorry guys, they pump it up and then they sell their 50%. I can't do that to you on DDOO because I only have 1%. And that will probably never get sold. That might be, we might do some giveaways with that. Because again, even if it went to $1 million market cap and I have $10,000, like that doesn't, it's not worth it for me to do that. The best thing for me to do would be able to give it a lot of utility, make sure you take care of the charts by having the revenue that I make from the DDOO comic. That'll be under daCat's umbrella for, that'll go on Veve, it'll go on Veve, the largest digital collectibles platform in the world. And if you take a look at other digital collectibles platforms, not all, they're not really doing so hot. I remember when Recur came out, I was like, yo, this is the Veve killer. Recur, and every single one that did something like this, Autograph.io, Recur, like they're all gone. They're all dead. I mean, you still have Candy that gets like acquired every other year. You still have Cryptoys that they've been active on X fairly recently, so it doesn't seem that they've died yet. And at the very least, if you're going to get into digital collecting, you're probably going to want to get on Veve. So I've been approached by other places to go put my comics on there, and I'm not. I'm going to stick with Veve. Anyway, speaking of them, should we do Debbie? Let's do daCat. Let's do daCat here real quick. We're going to go over, and we are going to take. Oh, actually, did anyone? Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, we're going to go to daCat and see what it's up to the last day or so. It's got 8,200 in volume, but it's down 6% on the 5.5% on the day. You had a couple of wicked sells here actually. One for 6,600, one for 1,000, one for 500. Actually, most of the volume is just sell volume today. And $611,000 in liquidity here that's locked, 306,000 each between Ethereum and daCat. And daCat's going to own part of Dashy Do as well, so they're going to have a lot of stuff. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's say hi to some people here in the comments. We got Croner going on. What's up, Croner? Give me those waves. Ben in Korea says good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Excuse me. Give me 1 second here. Federal. Nope, I ain't about that. Okay, good. Abe, first one here, my man. Go get that bread. Going off and saying too easy. Love supporting Mr. Randy. Well, thank you, Abe. Thank you, Abe. We I believe we got stuff to talk about soon. We'll have very good things, I think, before the end of the month to start, and then we'll go in and finish it at some point in the next couple months. The Green said, good morning, guys. Bull run is about to run. I think so as well. We've been talking about that, and we have a bunch of updates. We have a bunch of news which I want to get to as well. But first, let's go to Definity. So for Definity, you have almost 4,200 in volume on the day, $2.75 million market cap, very, very low. daCat is pretty much neck and neck with Definity, which is insane to me, but that's what happens. The reason why it had, so it's down 8% on the day. It's like, well, Chavez, there's only 4,200 in volume. How does the 8% come out of that when you had more sell pressure on daCat and it didn't go down as much? It's because daCat just has a lot more liquidity. Here for Definity, it split 59,000, 59,000, make 118,000. But for daCat, you have 306,000 each. So there's just, daCat's just a lot more liquid. And that's why you could have bigger sales and it doesn't affect the price that much. We got Bill Gardner saying, what up, Bill Gardner? Let's take a look at DEVVE, because I haven't taken a look at that in a couple days, actually. And I guess we could do FIAS as well. We'll see what they're doing. Yeah, 14. Yeah, all right, let's see if we can get to $15,000 market cap for DDOO. DEVVE is down about 1.5% on the day, 347,000 in volume. For what they are doing, it is nothing. And we also have a write-up from somebody over in the Telegram chat, which I have to go over. They are talking about, oh shoot, do I have it? I should have it. All right, she's the one that was named as an important person working for DEVVE, which was later removed from the video. Let's see if I have any of that. There's a transcript coming from her saying, I have a third example that comes to mind after a visit to the United States with one of my clients who told me he had plans for the stock exchange. And I'm not sure that many market players fully grasp what's possible in the field of financial markets. She says, at the time, that client told me that he was negotiating a contract with an American stock exchange to simply run the exchange on the blockchain. And if you think about it, a blockchain makes it possible to trade securities directly on the platform. Again, this is coming in from Soprasteria, The Future of Finance, explained by Anne Marichal. It's an exclusive interview from a few weeks ago. She goes and says, you have an order book, a true multilateral trading system known as MTF that can be set up, including the settlement system. You eliminate intermediaries, costs decrease, and will be dealing with a model that I believe is completely disruptive. I even wonder if this won't simply make current stock exchange models completely obsolete, which I think it will. Some serious external validation from Anne Marichal. She was the director of the financial authorities in France. And you have somebody that had like a $53,000 buy order on DEVVE today at 4.8, but it's 4.8 right now. So I don't think that was really filled. We would have a lot more buy volume if you had someone sell there, but it seems that not a lot of people really want to sell at that price, which is fine. So it says, hey, Randy, thanks for making time for us, friend. Of course. I always want to make time for everyone here. Any questions, y'all let me know. This is always an Ask Me Anything. Any questions come in, I have to answer it. Hopefully you like the answer. Anyway, that's DEVVE. I do want to get, I'll get more in a bit. I'll get more in a bit. What do we got? Listings, DEVVE. All right, we'll do OMI because we haven't done OMI yet. We did everything else though. Let's take a look. Ecomi, down about 3.5% today. They are, 2.5% today. They're at 00033. We are up 15% on the week, and we are up 83% on the month. So I will take that. And we've got 2.94 million in volume. So we are just under that $3 million volume. We got 94, almost a $95 million market cap. Granted, 43% of this volume is from Deepcoin, 16% from OKX, 18% from Gate, 11% from Uniswap on Base, and that's most of it. This is fine. I don't see. Again, this is likely something that, well, so I had said this a month ago before it did that 83% jump, that like this will likely stay down here until the NFT narrative comes. And what happened? It jumped 80% without the narrative happening. Now, can it keep doing that? Can it do that again? This is something that you have to, why was there buy volume in the first place? You obviously have people that wanted to get a part of it, either because it was undervalued, they wanted to go in and get someone's good graces, whatever it is. And again, I I can't prove this, but it seems that every time you have Jesse.base.eth or B Shala, whatever the dude's name is, that's charge of listings on Coinbase, anytime they say something about, hey, what about these tokens? What do we list? What do we focus on? Foster seems to be the one that goes on, and his comments get the most impressions out of anyone else that they have commenting on there. And it's like, okay, well, they clearly know about it, but they're willfully publicly ignoring it. And it's like, why? I think it's because they and their cohorts and so in the Air Force, I was told very early on that it's a small Air Force, and even if you don't like somebody, you should never really have crazy bad blood with them, because it's a small Air Force, and the person you're fighting with today might be somebody that you need for a favor tomorrow. And then while deployed, it's like, oh, hey, I remember you from this, and they were right. It took me a few years to actually see it myself, but they were right. And people talk. If you're at one base in New Jersey and you get moved to another base in Kuwait, you deploy, you go like wherever. It's just people talk, and I have this feeling that Jesse.base.eth and the guy that's in charge of the Coinbase listings have been talking, and I also get that feeling that they're talking with other exchanges as well. I mean, you have billions of OMI that have gone on. Was it like Nexi or OKX? And it's like, okay, why are they there? I mean, the Ecomi company has said it's because of like liquidity, and they want to add more liquidity on there. And you've seen more liquidity get added to base as well. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at OMI on base. Let me try to find this freaking thing. Oh, okay. I have to first search it. One second. Because they used to have like 150K in liquidity on there. And then now it's 450K. They don't have as much as daCat yet, but that's a really, really big difference in what they had a few months ago. And it's actually more Ethereum than it is OMI. 234K Ethereum, 225K OMI. So I like that they're doing that. What the heck? Was this today? Did we have like a massive buy order up to like 4.0? I guess we did. I guess we had a massive buy order up to like 4.0. Although when was that? I don't think it was. Oh no, that was on the 15th. That was on the 15th. Disregard. We are on the, what's today? The 19th? We're on the 18th as of right now. The 19th in a few hours. All right. Anyway, let's continue on. Penguin says, "Yo, what up, Penguin? Shiro dead?" No, I mean, again, like I said, maybe you missed it when I was talking about them. The community's still thriving. They still have a lot of plans to do a bunch of stuff. Even the whale chat has more activity on there than most normal people's Telegram chats. And again, it's the whale chat. So they're still kicking. VV Zombie says, "Yo, what up, Zombie? How's it going, fam?" Zombie saying DDOO to the moon, because Zombie has he's got a small bag. And like I said, he's very early here. The comic I just started writing probably won't get on Veve for DDOO until next year. But I'll go in and I'll make sure there are some buy orders that happen as other stuff happens. Because again, for those of you that don't know, I have a lot in crypto that will get rotated at some point, and that's what a lot of people are waiting for too. The rotation going from Bitcoin to ETH to other top wallets. So you have BNB today. That's $1,000. You had, oh shoot, give me one second. I want to read something from CZ saying, watching BNB go from 10-cent ICO price 8 years ago to today's $1,000 per BNB token is something words cannot explain. I, not representing any entity or title, as just a community member and a BNB holder, thank everyone in the BNB and crypto ecosystem for your support. We had our challenges along the way, but we worked hard, we built, and we held. It's a truly community effort. This is just the beginning to the next 10,000x together. What's the price of DDOO here? Price of DDOO is like quad 01476. Again, $14.8 thousand market cap. Is it going to be the best performer? I mean, probably not. Should it outperform Bitcoin? Probably, because for Bitcoin to double, it's got to be like what, 234? And I'm not saying it can't do that. It probably will. But for this to double, it's still not even a $30,000 market cap. So again, it's very easy for certain things to double when they're very low. Omar says, good evening. I was hanging out with Omar last night for a little bit. He was a good friend, making sure I was hydrated, bought me some water. And he missed the karaoke part of the night. The karaoke part was quite fun, but we got to hang out a little after. I got a charger, which I needed. I unfortunately, what is my, only 33% battery on my phone right now, but 60% on my tablet. So we're good there. And what was I saying? All right, so that was OMI. Ecomi also says there are plenty of ways to grab OMI and join the utility token that powers where the world collects. We've listed some of the most popular exchanges and wallets where you can pick it up. What's your go-to spot for acquiring the OMI token? They've said things like this a couple of times, and I don't think they would be saying this unless there was some, because right now they have OKX, Gate.io, Bitmart, Ascendex, Coinbase Wallet, like Binance Wallet, Mexi, Uniswap. They have all of these things, and I think they have Robinhood Wallet. I don't think they would be teasing more exchanges unless they had them kind of lined up. In my opinion, I would kind of wait until the NFT bull market kind of came about before I would go in and launch some of those exchanges. Maybe they're trying to kickstart it. I don't know. But when I look at what I was getting to before with that dude Shah from Coinbase Listings and Jesse.base.eth, to me, it just looks like they're going on and they're talking to their friends. And I've said this before about maybe it's just Shah and maybe it's just Jesse.base.eth, but maybe it's people at other exchanges. Like if Ecomi is teasing that they're going to do other exchanges, maybe it's the other exchanges themselves or people that work at those other exchanges. And they're telling their network, hey, you should buy OMI, can't tell you why. Or maybe they say like, oh, I'm dreaming. Oh God, I got to buy more OMI. And then that's how people find out. Walrus King says, hey, crew, what up, Walrus King? Anyone says, when do David and Dan AMA? They shouldn't be so silent. They're on. So one, they're not. They are on other stuff all the time. Unfortunately, the other stuff that they're on, they have like 100 followers, and it's like, dude, what? Like, you guys have so little free time. Why spend it? Why spend it on channels that have like that's not going to get anything? But again, maybe they're friends, maybe whatever. I don't know. That's just me. But they're fine. But again, at the same time, they're busy. I'd rather them just work. Not that I would love to have them on the show as well, but Josh Foster reached 2 million OMI today. It's not a ton, but my goal is 10 million. I think you can get it. Am I Britney Spears in 1999? Because I still believe. I believe in you, Josh Foster. Penguin says, congrats. Penguin says, check the Wall Street cheat sheet. Do you believe this is some way accurate? Where are we? Is it possible we are at a suckers rally? No, I mean, retail's not in, which is bananas because Bitcoin's been over $100,000 a couple of times this last year. I don't know why retail's not in yet. We'll see. We'll see. Anywho, let's get to some of the news we've had since Tuesday, maybe Monday night. All right, going over this, could go through. I don't know why. Boxing. BlackRock on Tuesday night bought Monday night bought 360. Oh, sorry, Tuesday morning bought $363 million worth of Ethereum. That's amazing. DDOO, love that. Remember when DDOO was at like a $9,000 market cap, and now it's at 14.8. I love this game. That is a friend that no one is going to. Okay. What a proof. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that is a good one. Clever Jerk. over on Veve, Spider-Man 2099, number 1337. He had acquired that. That dude is my hero. You have Eric Trump saying Bitcoin is the greatest asset of our time. Fair point. U.S. in talks to set up $5 billion fund to invest in rare earth mineral mining. Maybe now that the Ukraine war is about to come to an end, hopefully in the next couple of months, and the U.S. has $5 billion set up for mineral mining, maybe they get the mineral rights. I don't know. Maybe that could be one of the negotiations. We'll see. Trump just said they have a deal on TikTok. Very good. U.S. Senate confirms pro-Bitcoin Stephen Moran to the Fed board. Let's see how that works out. Am I Palpatine in 1999? Because we will watch your career with great interest. Google releases AI payment protocol with stablecoin support. Mass adoption do be happening, though. Treasury Secretary Bessent says 25 basis points cut is confirmed. Again, this was the other day. Obviously, we got that. Larry Fink bought $261.8 million worth of Bitcoin 2 days ago. And he manages to fund, obviously, BlackRock, 12.5 trillion. He knows what's coming. China's next technology to sell $500 million in stock for buying Bitcoin. China is waking up to Bitcoin, in my opinion. I got upgraded to first class the other day for like 47 bucks. That was amazing. BlackRock has just bought 10,000 ETH worth $44 million on Coinbase. This was on 10:42 a.m. on 16 September. This was 2 days ago. Two marshmallows. BlackRock bought another $260 million worth of Bitcoin and $360 million worth of ETH as of 11:09 a.m. September 16. There was another billion USDT was minted. So there was 2 billion USDT that was minted in an hour between 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 16th and 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 16th. OMI to the moon. What's up, Flippy Love Veve? Yeah, OMI to the heckin' moon. Hi, Veve says, Randy, I'm tired of waiting, feeling uneasy. Sometimes already DCA'd and have everything I wanted, but really tired. My mind when market fix. Listen, the crystal ball in which I have does not work. It won't let me see when we have alt season. It won't let me see when we have a run. And you don't even need, like, some of the biggest rallies tend to happen in like bear markets, right? So I don't know, like you have OMI that's up 80% on the month. But if you bought it 3 years ago, you're way down. I don't know when it goes back to all-time highs. I don't know when it clears that. I don't know. I mean, we don't know even if it goes back to all-time highs. I'm confident it will, but none of this is financial advice. Anything can go to zero at any moment. I think Veve is in a much better position now than they were 5 years ago. Let's see what they can do with it. They have more experience now that they've been in crypto and in this business for a while. Again, let's see what they can do with it. Can they capitalize? Do they have the experience to say, like, okay, I mean, last time you had a bunch of announcements and really only Marvel and Disney ones that took off. And I have issues to go over with them as well. But I think we learned that for the most part, it doesn't matter. The bull market will take care of it. When that happens, it could start next week, or it could be 8 months from now. You OMI could be down here another 8 months. I have no idea. Or again, it could go up another 80% next week. We'll see. US and the UK are announcing a new crypto cooperation deal. Cooperation on crypto regulations, as per the Financial Times. YouTube is launching AI-powered live to shorts. AI will pull portions of your live stream and create shorts for you to review. If you're happy with the video, you can instantly post it. Launching for mobile creators in the next few weeks, so you guys might be seeing some more shorts from me. Trump has just had a call with Modi from India. That trade deal will be coming in the next couple of months. The Flying Cock in New York City. It's pretty good. Publicly traded Clean Core Solutions just bought $100 million worth of Doge. I'm sorry. I misread that. They bought 100 million Doge, which at the time was worth $26.8 million. Still a lot. Amazon, which is worth $2 trillion, They're looking for a crypto ecosystem lead. They're looking for about $500,000 a year. They're going to give this person. I'm going to say that Bitcoin's taken over everything. Big battle. Big battle. Oh my gosh, what I have that marked 6 times. As of September 16th, you had 1.2 trillion that was added to the stock market from the 15th and the 16th. I think that's bullish for crypto. Yeah, Fanatics Collect go over and post that Pokemon has evolved into a $12 billion collectibles market. When Pokemon cards first hit store shelves in the late 90s, few could have imagined that those same cards might one day help fund their retirement. As did mine. Since 2004, the S&P 500 has climbed an impressive 483%, but Pokemon cards have soared 3,800% in cumulative returns. For collectors, Pokemon cards aren't just nostalgic. They're investments that have outperformed some of the most powerful companies on Wall Street. What do I have to say about that? Most Pokemon cards are worth less than $1. Most Pokemon cards are energy cards. So just letting you guys know that not everything is going to be great. Don't you feel tired so many years and no result for our investment? I've been buying since a few years. The good thing about having a lot of investments is that you don't need to just buy one thing. In 2021, I did buy one thing, and it was OMI, and look how the fuck that turned out. So I dollar cost average because down like 90-something% on it. Well, no, with the dollar cost average, it's not that much, and I dollar cost averaged a bit in the 0001s, and now we're in the 0003s. So you can see how that dollar cost average strategy has been working the last month. But yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, guys. Most of what I've bought the last year and a half, most of what I've worked for has not been Veve and OMI. Have I continued the dollar cost average and bought more Veve collectibles? Absolutely. Have I bought more OMI? Absolutely. But I've definitely been buying other stuff as well. And there's a quote from Andy in The Office. It's like one of the later seasons. And he says, I wish you knew that you were in the good old days before you left them. And it doesn't seem like it now because, hey, I keep buying and it goes down. I keep losing money. I keep putting something in. This company's making money. They're disruptive. They're doing whatever. And everything about it just goes down. It's not moving. What was that line from the Eminem song? I'll take you back to 73 before I ever had a multi-platinum selling CD. If we were to go back to 2013, what would you do? Like obviously buy Bitcoin, but outside of that, it's like, okay, stocks. Let's buy Tesla stock. Because you know that by 2019, 2020, that shit rocketed. But for 6 years, from 2013 to 2019, Tesla was flat. Tesla did not move for 6 years. So you could have and you had somebody, Dave Lee, on investing that had gone on and he was buying Tesla throughout that entire time. And then what happened? Everyone called him nuts, crazy, wasting your money. Like I got called nuts and crazy for buying Tesla. Like, oh, the CEO's bipolar, the Teslas explode, it's not good. He's going to be sued by the SEC. Okay. They sold everything that they made. Company was hella disruptive, hella innovative, hella vertically integrated. People were sleeping on it. So I bought the shit out of it. And what happened? Eventually the market caught up and it mooned. At some point in the bull market, OMI will do the same thing. OMI will double and triple and double and triple again. So what is that? 0003, doubling 006, triple 0018, and then it'll double and triple again. So 36. So yeah, it'll be over a penny. I say 2 to 4 cents as my base case. But again, anything go to zero at any moment. But the reason why I brought up the Andy quote were because it doesn't seem like it, but these are the good times when you could buy it cheap. The best times when it was 00017. I don't think we ever go down there again for OMI, but the good times are when things are cheap. Because like, yes, it's better to be like, well, when it's not cheap, that means I'll have made money. Sure, but then the money's made, and whatever you have, that's what you get. Like when it goes to 2 cents, it does that like 80x, 90x, whatever, 2 to 4 cents. It does that 100x. It's not going to 100x again. Like it's not going to hit $2. So the money you have one chance, and again, you have your whole life to make money. But in this most recent bear market, you had one chance to load your bags, and you still can. Definity is like under 2 cents, which is ridiculous. OMI's still at 0003. DEVVE's under 50 cents. daCat is under a $3 million market cap. DDOO is less than a $15,000 market cap. There are likely things that you only have one chance to do, because once it goes up, then you can't get it at yesterday's prices. So as much as it sucks to buy something and have it stay the same or go down, you have one shot at this, and probably never get it again. So anyway, so I don't feel, I mean, am I tired? Yes, but that's because I outside from yesterday, outside of yesterday, when I had to, the charity event that I did in Florida, I had to push my meetings around that. And from the time I got back on Sunday, August 31st, until yesterday, I didn't have a life. I don't have a life. I work and I sleep. That's it. That's all I do. And then yesterday, I had one day off, in like really until New York Comic Con. And the only reason why I got that day off was because I pushed all the meetings around it. I was working up until the day before I left. I even did a meeting in the car on the way there. And then I stayed up for like 24 hours, got back home, and I started working again. So I'm tired, but it's because I do nothing but work. Buying since few years. So I'm not tired of buying at low prices. Like, sometimes I get a little impatient and be like, bro, can we just go up already? Yeah, sure. But the longer it stays down here, the bigger bags that I get. Flippy Love Veve says, our YouTube channel monetized because of Veve Collectibles, so we will continue to support Veve and Ecomi. My man, Flippy Love Veve, my man. Get that bread. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. Okay, sorry, give me 1 second here. I got a notification on something. That is stupid. Okay. Where were we? We'll go back to the news here. Hard Not to Wonder, how far we've come, 6 months, still the trash remastered. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Gary O at 1234CA3 on X for getting to level 69 on Veve. Everyone comment nice down below 69. BlackRock and Fidelity just bought $255 million worth of Bitcoin on September 17th. UK regulator to ease Bitcoin and crypto regulations. People ask about Definity. So in summary, Definity enables TradFi institutions to access digital assets trading using existing TradFi infrastructure of bank credit lines. There are over 3,000 fund managers that manage between $100 million and $1 trillion and have combined assets under management of over 130 trillion. Currently, they're unable to access the spot crypto market because their asset allocators have mandated that they only trade with investment grade counterparties, i.e. those firms with credit ratings. And our partner, when I say that, I mean Definity's partner, investment bank, has a AA credit rating and a $1.5 trillion balance sheet. We're able to execute crypto and crypto trades, fiat on and off, and fiat to fiat deliverable FX. These are just some of the factors that make Definity unique. Largest bank, European banks by assets as of 2023 were HSBC, 2.6 trillion, BNB, 2.66 trillion, Credit Agricole, 2.3 trillion, Banco Santander, 1.7 trillion, Barclays, 1.7 trillion, and UBS from Switzerland, 1.5 trillion. White House advisor Navarro urges Fed to cut rates 50 basis points. He did not, only did 25, which is fine. Oh, also Marius Stanek, also at level 69. Comment nice down below 69. That's great. I'm sometimes feels like screaming out loud, being impatient. I understand. I am also impatient. I probably outwardly. So the thing about, I don't know how old you are, but I feel like the thing about being a man is shoving your emotions down. No, I mean, you should letting them out, but you got to know when to do it. It's like being brave. Being brave is not the absence of fear. It's just being scared and doing it anyway. Screaming out loud, being impatient. I'm impatient too. I don't outwardly show it. You can, by all means, be impatient by yourself. Hopefully good days will come and we'll all be smiling looking back on these days. I think we will. Talking to Dr. Stuff on Tuesday, and he had said that unless it comes to like August of like next year and we haven't had an alt season, then he'll start to worry. But until then, he's pretty happy with how things are going. As am I. Okay, where were we? Oh, seals have no taste buds? That's so sad. Oh, okay. 250 million USDC was minted yesterday. Wild. Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 25 basis points. I don't need to know that, my friend. Fed Chair Powell says tariffs will have only a short-lived impact on inflation. Okay. Jerome Powell says the Federal Reserve doesn't feel the need to move quickly on interest rate cuts. Of course not. I hate that man. Jerome Powell says the Federal Reserve can no longer say the job market is solid. Can we cut rates more, please? Like over $105 million liquidated from the crypto markets yesterday between 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. People sold that news. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says tariffs are being paid by U.S. importers. Ecomi says trust your gut. Ours have been sending subliminal messages disguised as hunger pangs. $OMI. I was at Nintendo World yesterday with Link. Love him. And Pikachu, also love him. Veve Grail. All right, so Comics and Crypto has a signed Veve gold and silver logo card back from grading, autographed by David Yu and Dan Crothers. Both signatures earned a Gem Mint 10 from PSA. Now, granted, it's not the card that got graded; it's the signature that got graded. So take that with a grain of salt. Just letting y'all know. Okay, moving on. President Trump's golden statue holding Bitcoin was placed outside the U.S. Capitol as insane. Is that a troll? There's no way that's real. There's no way. Is it really real? There's no way that's real. Were they trolling me? Trump, Bitcoin statue. Holy shit, it's real. That is insane. That is bananas. Okay, well, anyway. Let's move on here. Randy Chavez, karaoke, Webtoon saying, Webtoon has a post that says, while our ragtag crew races to escape the Empire, Darth Vader attacks. Join the rebellion on #Webtoon. Star Wars, which has 6.4 million followers over on X, had retweeted that. I don't know why all of our licenses seem to retweet everyone but us. It's like that scene from Gilmore Girls where Luke learns that Lorelai took this like kid on a date. You know, the kid was like 20. He was like 20. Like he's in college. And Lorelai's in her 30s. And, you know, a little bit of the age gap there. And Luca's just like, I think it's embarrassing, you dating this kid. And then Suki has to tell Lorelai, like, hey, you know what you did. It's like this man waits patiently for you to go from relationship to relationship. And then you go out with this kid and he thinks, my God, will she date anyone but me? And it seems that Star Wars and Disney and all these other companies that we're supposed to have agreements with, they go and retweet everyone else but us. I feel like Vivi's a fat redhead at the end of the bar that just, hey, we're doing thousands of dollars in sales for you guys. Can we get a little love? And there is no love. There is no love from Star Wars. There is no love. I don't know why. It does not cost a thing to retweet something like they did for Webtoon. They can do the same thing for Vivi. I don't know why they don't. That's Trump partner statue with Bitcoin, same pose. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, it is. It is. Anyway, I guarantee you, when daCat comic goes on Vivi, and when Dashi Do DDOO that comic goes on Vivi, we will get retweets from Vivi. Why? Because we'll be on there, and I know the CEO, so that makes a lot of sense. Waiting, space karaoke. Okay, SEC approved the listing and trading of Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, covering Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Massive for altcoins, in my opinion. You have Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong saying he's in DC working to get crypto market structure legislation passed and making sure we never have another Gary Gensler. Thank God. That dude is horrible. Horrible, horrible man. Horrible man. Oh God. Oi with the poodles already. Name Coast. Rudy says it's been a long road, but we finally got there. We made it, baby. Hopefully one of the first 100. We need confirmation. So Rudy, Name Coast is now a level 100. His opinion is, have you ever asked David straight up why Disney never mentions Vivi? I was I was talking to him before, and we had a meeting about something else, but when you get time with him, that's not really what, like, that is not, I have a million questions I want to ask him, right? Unfortunately, that's just not something that, even if I were to ask and get an answer, it doesn't really change anything. They're either doing it or they're not. And me knowing why they're not doing it doesn't change the fact that they will. So I don't know. And it's not like that I'm not curious. I'm hella curious. But I just, there's other stuff that just has to take precedence, unfortunately. And I just, yeah. I have never asked. Maybe I will one day. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Oh gosh. BlackRock has bought $149.7 million worth of Bitcoin, $25.9 million worth of Ethereum, as of this morning at 2:35. I don't know why they wait till after midnight to do that, but they do. And that's all I'm willing to go to talk about tonight. Over there, we're going to go on X, and we're going to go see what crypto Twitter is talking about, and maybe we'll get some people buying into DDOO, because whoever has the biggest buy of DDOO by tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then holds for 7 days, will get one free Solana. They will get that dropped to their wallet. All right, let's go. We got Emoji. And shout out to Mega God Jesus, winner of the WTF is a Webtoon Spaces giveaway, supported by Vivi Official. This is what I love. The Vivi community, they always doing giveaways. Energy saying, I've decided to unlist my logo, his Ecomi Secretware logo. I think it's been a year and 5 months since the drop, but still early. Simply an OG set and still undervalued. Good for you, Energy. Good for you. Your reservation is Prude. And Randy, yeah, I'm with you. Just curious. Yeah, no, same. Curious. Prudent. I figured that's what you meant. But yeah. Okay, keep going. Okay, cool. Ooh, promotion incoming. Police respond to unconfirmed gunman reports at UNCW campus. Same campus that has seen clashes this week over defacing a Charlie Kirk memorial painting. Ooh. Viper NFT says Friday weekly Banker Club rewards available at 8:30. The banker community, I'm not a part of it. I don't have any banker, but they seem to always be doing rewards, always be doing giveaways. So shout out to them for that. All good in the name of crypto. UNCW campus. Okay. We're going to pray that nothing bad's going on there. Donald Duck. Why is Donald Duck here? Okay. Speed. I don't know what that is. Nancy Mace says South Carolina is pioneering Make America Safe Again. We personally thank the men and women of the South Carolina National Guard serving here in D.C. as part of President Trump's mission to fight crime and make America safe again. Doing an incredible job. South Carolinians are leading the way. I love Nancy. She's a friendo. Shiro Nico 11 minutes ago said, if you had to watch one crypto show for the rest of your life, what would it be? Shiro episode 5 is out. So if y'all want to watch that, more than welcome to. What is this? Don't know what that is. Oh God, am I gonna have to freaking block this guy? Whenever people I understand some people make money on X and they do it, but if you're posting and reposting like 800 times a day, like I'm not gonna unfollow you, but I'm definitely gonna mute you. Because I don't need to see reposting 800 different things. Does that even do anything? Does that even do anything? How do I even? Yes, turn notifications off. Okay. Or how do I mute? Can I just mute? Okay, mute. Okay, very good. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, let's continue on. Disney to meet with Jimmy Kimmel on the show's future. Disney executives will meet Tuesday with suspended host Jimmy Kimmel to decide the fate of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Oh, on Quick. ONQIK. ONKIQ. What's up, bruh? What's going on? I don't know if you heard, but the whoever has the largest buy of DDOO by 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night, and they hold it for 1 week, they'll get a free Solana. So very good. Anyway, earliest return could reportedly be September 22nd, but the backlash is growing. Sinclair Broadcasting, the nation's largest ABC affiliate group, blasted Disney's suspension as insufficient. Sinclair says Kimmel must apologize directly to Charlie Kirk's family and make a donation to Turning Point USA before his show returns. Didn't Trump say that it was because it had low ratings, not because of this, but okay. Nexstar has also pulled the program, and FCC Chairman Brendan Carr has signaled regulatory action is possible. That is insane. But that's what they do. Okay, let's do here. Pig Panther says OMI on base is bigger than people think. Any New Yorker can buy base ETH and swap for OMI base easy. Agreed. Can. DigiJoints is talking about other DigiJoint stuff. Forest, New York City, Lad's cooking. Oh God, I'm so hungry, but I was not feeling good today. Did not have a good recovery day. Oh my God, Charles Hoskinson says got my first gift in Mongolia. It's good to be back. That's amazing. Love him, and I am writing a book for his pig, Nike the pig, and that'll be on Veve. That'll be great. So DDOO has some great company that'll be with. Trump says Ilhan Omar's country of Somalia is plagued by a lack of central government control, persistent poverty, hunger, resurgent terrorism, piracy, decades of civil war. Jesus, that sounds awful. President Trump and First Lady Melania just made a safe return back to America after a historic second visit to the UK. Always relieved to see President Trump back on U.S. soil. Robbing abroad is super risky, says Nick Sorter. In that order, nation. What? Okay, I don't care about that. Let's go, instead of the people that I'm following, we could go on what X is recommending for me. But first, Marian Awful says breaking Turning Point USA flooded with 62,000 plus chapter requests. Turning Point USA says it's been swamped with interest, claiming 62,000 plus new chapter requests from high schools and colleges in just 8 days. The flood of signups comes up as the group accelerates its campus push, turning demand into a political organizing machine. Leaders say Charlie Kirk's assassination has only galvanized conservative students, fueling momentum for Turning Point nationwide growth. What was already a sprawling youth network is now ballooning into something bigger, built on loyalty and a cause that just went personal. That is wild. No army can stop an idea whose time has come. You have Kimberly Guilfoyle saying, I'm profoundly grateful to President Trump and the U.S. Senate for the trust and confidence in me. It's the honor of my life to serve as the first female ambassador of the United States to Greece. Very good. Okay, let's go to my For You page over on X. I don't know why that was reposted. That was from 3 days ago. Chipotle with any college football jersey, get a buy one, get one on 9/15. That was 3 days ago. I don't know why I'm getting an ad for that now, but I would have loved to 3 days ago. What do we have here? We got Ash Crypto. This is from 2 days ago. Is this really a thing? All right, hold on. Okay. Clever Jerks is Cover Girls. Physical collection. How many people do I have? Oh, I only have 18% battery on my phone. All right, I'm gonna say bye to my phone right now, everyone. If you buy Dashy Do, the DDOO, I think you'll be strangely surprised in the coming months. Happy there. Anyway, I love you guys on DDOO. I'll catch you guys later when I charge my phone. How do I? Oh gosh, how do I end the stream? Okay, I think it's ending. Yes, ending. Okay, very good. We have Shadow. Momo the cat. Momo the cat. Over 400,000 followers over on TikTok right now. I think they might be able to get some of their people there to buy some of the token, and I think it could go crazy because it's like an $800,000 market cap. I'm going to confirm with that once $865,000 market cap. That is very, 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 very low in my opinion. All right, let's continue on with X for another 3.5 minutes. Stolen the Coin says good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Ande says, yo, what up, Ande? Did you just say Kandi? That's a Angry Beavers reference. What should I get for dinner tonight? I guess I have eggs. I guess I could do eggs. Did you see how Veve pumped? I did not. But good things. I think you have some Veve, right? Get that bread. Get it. Ben CF has secured a ultra rare Miles Morales for $220. Good for him. Mocha Boy talking about DEVVE, saying, hey everyone, let's clear up about the DEVVE connection once and for all. I've been diving deep into this, and it's all about building sustainable blockchain tech with real focus on ESG. I'll break it down hierarchically from the top up, or from the top down, including the DEVVE ecosystem. At the top, you have DEVVE Inc. Started back in 2016 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is the parent company, blockchain powerhouse for enterprise stuff. Then you have to power the whole thing with DEVVEX. This is DEVVE's layer 1 blockchain protocol. Super efficient, ISO compliant, hits over 8 million transactions per second, thanks to their patented sharding technique. It sips energy, about 1/3 billionth of Bitcoin's transaction, and costs next to nothing compared to Ethereum. Privacy, fault tolerance, and seamless shard communication make it enterprise ready. Next up is DEVVE, the native utility token. It's layer 1 on DEVVEX, but bridged to Ethereum as an ERC20. It powers liquidity, staking for rewards, verification nodes, global payments, and funding eco projects. All about that green compliant vibe. Now for the fun part, DEVVE ecosystem. This is the beating heart where it all comes alive. A full suite of tools and services built on DEVVE and DEVVEX. We're talking Launchpad new projects, upcoming exchange for trading, giant shard for funding, plus tokenization tools, asset management, impact investing, ESG stuff, and more. The ecosystem isn't just tech. It's about real impact, funnels investments into sustainable ventures like Evergreen Fund or ESG startups, tokenizing RWAs, handles seamless payments, and lets you own digital stuff effortlessly. Branching out is DEVVE Stream, DEVVE subsidiary launched in 2021 out of Vancouver and publicly traded as DEVS on NASDAQ. They're all about carbon management, developing and selling tech-driven carbon credits for things like EV charging, waste to energy, CO2 capture, etc. And you have DEVVE Digital, a team cranking out the innovations, especially for transparent, non-custodial on-chain platforms. Then you have the crown jewel, the DEVVE Exchange, a next-gen non-custodial trading platform on DEVVEX, using clever contingent transaction sets for instant T+0 settlements, no counterparty risk, full privacy, and it bridges TradFi with DeFi for RWAs, crypto, and ESG tokens. Wrapping it up, DEVVE leads, DEVX as the backbone, DEVVE and ecosystem fuel the action. Subsidiaries like DevStream specialize, DEVVE Digital and Exchange bring it to market. Link down below to sign up for the DEVVE Exchange. I know you want to. You ready for Sunday? Think it sells out? Vader? Probably not. But as long as it makes some money, I don't think it needs to. I don't think it needs to sell out. I might go for it. I'll see. You have Oscar Rod saying, someone called me out for not posting about DEVVE, so let's talk. Price is around 50 cents. The CEO and president have hinted at partnership with the largest supplier of exchange technologies. Deal is done. I have a very good idea who it is. Rumors are flying. I can't confirm, but I won't deny. That plays out. Here's the math from 50 cents if you just invest $100. $5, 10x to 100. Oh, okay. $5 from here. It would be 10x, which means $100 go to 1,000. Goes to $50. So 100x, your $100 goes to 10,000. If it does 1,000x and goes to $500, you do it 1,000x, which is $100 to $100,000. He has done a 1,000x before. He says he'll do it again. That's dope. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Thank you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And follow me on Pump Fun and learn about DDOO. Love you guys. Everyone say bye to Dashi. Bye-bye.